Debt. It's a word that makes many people feel anxious, helpless, and unsure. But today, I want to show you something different. Not a magic fix, but real solutions. Because getting out of debt is not only possible, but it's also in your hands. This video is about how you can take back control of your life. I'll show you how to figure out your situation, make a smart plan, and how to move step by step towards financial freedom. Because remember, it's not about where you are right now. It's about what you do with this moment. Let's start now, because there's a way out, and together we'll find it. Dealing with loans and debts isn't just about money. It also really affects how good our life is, how peaceful we feel, and how we shape our future. Getting out of the debt spiral isn't impossible. In fact, with the right mindset and methods, anyone can get their financial freedom back and live a more peaceful, stress-free life. The first and most important step in handling loans and debts is to take an honest look at your situation. This means mapping out every single debt in detail. This includes figuring out the exact current balances, interest rates, and minimum monthly payments. Even though this can be a tough process because we have to face the truth, this is the base we can build our whole plan on. Many people try to avoid this step, but it's exactly what decides if we succeed or fail in reaching long-term financial health. The first step to freedom is facing the truth. When you make your own debt record, you can finally see clearly where you stand. This isn't just a list of numbers, it's the first step to taking back control. Write down all your debts. Who do you owe? How much is the amount? What's the monthly payment? When does the loan expire? And what's the interest rate? This might seem scary at first, but it actually gives you a lot of power. Because until you know exactly what you're up against, debt rules your thoughts. But when you see everything clearly, the fog disappears, and you start to take charge of the situation. This clear view will be the basis for your strategy to get rid of your burdens step by step. And the good news is that those who regularly keep track of their money are much more likely to reach their goals. Not because they have more money, but because they know exactly where they're going, and every decision they make brings them closer to freedom. Making a budget doesn't limit you, it sets you free. Many people think that if they start tracking their money, it will just cause them more stress. But the exact opposite happens. When you know exactly where your money comes from and what you spend it on, you finally control your finances, and they don't control you. A budget is like a map. It helps you find your way through daily expenses and shows you where to find those hidden resources that can help you pay off your debts faster. This isn't about giving up what you want, but about the art of making smart choices. You decide what you spend your money on and how you move towards your goals. Many people use the 50-30-20 rule, for example, which gives a simple framework for managing your money. Needs, wants, and savings plus debt reduction. According to this, 50% of your income should go to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. This method is especially good for managing debt because it gives you a clear way to set financial priorities and find the money you need to pay off your loans faster. But the main point isn't the rule, it's about finally taking control. And believe me, those who live this way not only make fewer money mistakes, but also live a much calmer, more predictable, and stress-free life. When you start paying off your debts, it's super important to have a clear plan. There are two popular ways to do this, and both can help you get out from under your debt, step by step. The first is called the debt avalanche method. With this one, you attack the debts with the highest interest rates first. This is the smartest way financially, because the more expensive a debt is, the more money you save by paying it off sooner. The other way is the debt snowball method. In this case, you start with your smallest debts. It might not be the absolute best way mathematically, but it can give you a much bigger push psychologically. Because even after getting rid of just a couple of small debts, you'll feel like you're making progress. Fewer debts, more confidence. The main idea for both methods is the same. Focus on only one debt at a time, and for the others, just keep making the minimum payments. This way, your money isn't spread thin, but instead works with focused power to help you gain your freedom. It's not always about the math. Often it's your spirit that drives you forward. Even though the numbers might favor the avalanche method, many studies show that more people reach their goals with the snowball method. And why is that? Because finances aren't just about logic, they're about emotions, momentum, and confidence. When you pay off that first small debt, something clicks inside you. You get that amazing feeling of, I can do this. And this inner drive is what pushes you toward your next goal. Every debt you pay off is another win, showing you're making progress. And you can be sure that when you first say, this debt is gone, that feeling will fill you with energy, courage, and determination for days, even weeks. That's why this method is so effective. You're not just fixing your money situation, you're also building your belief in yourself. An emergency fund is one of the most important secret weapons for financial freedom. You can't really know when an unexpected expense will pop up. Something breaks, you have a health problem, or an unexpected life event happens. If you don't have savings at times like these, you can easily fall back into the debt trap. But if you have a safety net, an amount that covers 3 to 6 months of your living expenses, then you can face challenges with a calm heart. This isn't an investment, and it's not a way to make money. It's about securing your future. It's like an umbrella that's always there for you when the unexpected happens. And the biggest benefit of all is a good night's sleep. That inner peace when you know that no matter what happens tomorrow, you can handle it. This financial security isn't just in your bank account, it's in your thoughts too. It gives you back control so you decide how you live, not your circumstances, not fear, not being forced. Making prepayments is one of the strongest and most helpful steps you can take for your financial freedom. When you put extra money towards your loan, you're basically cutting down the path you're on, and you'll reach your goal much faster. There's no risk here, no guessing. Every single dollar you pay early means instant savings for you. Because this money won't be collected as interest by the bank, you get to keep it. Just think about it. When you do this, you're actually paying yourself interest, not someone else. That's why financial experts often say that making prepayments is one of the safest investments you can ever make, guaranteed returns with zero risk. And the best part is, with every prepayment, you're pulling yourself closer to that moment when you'll finally be completely free. Prepaying your loans doesn't just help your money situation, it also frees your mind. Every time you pay down even a little bit of your debt, you're taking a weight off your shoulders. And this doesn't just bring relief, it also gives you a stronger feeling of being in control. That feeling of, yes, I've got this. Yes, I'm moving forward. And this feeling shines through in other parts of your life too. It's even been shown by science that when your debts go down, you think more clearly, make better choices, worry less, and you can focus much better on building your future. Every prepayment is another step towards freedom. And there will come a day when you say, finally, I'm free. And that will be the moment that makes it worth taking action now, worth sticking with it now, because this feeling will be what helps you through any tough times. The real power of paying off debt early lies in taking small steps. You don't need to save a fortune to feel a difference. The beauty of paying off debt early is that even tiny amounts can make a huge difference in your long-term results. Whether you pay just a few extra dollars a month, or use unexpected money like a bonus or tax refund to lower your debts, its effect will pay off many times over. Each of these is a chance to get closer to your financial freedom. The same rule applies all over the world. The sooner you act, the bigger your gain will be. The sooner you reduce your debts, the more money stays in your pocket instead of making the banks richer. And there will come a point when your money is no longer working against you, but finally for you. And this is the turning point where you are truly free. The path to financial freedom isn't just about numbers, it's also about your mindset. Money troubles often start a negative inner talk in us. I can't fix this. I always mess up. This is too much for me. But these thoughts often twist what's real. Once you see and name these feelings, you switch from being stuck in your emotions to looking for solutions. With simple breathing exercises and mindfulness tricks, you can calm yourself down in just a few minutes and see your next steps more clearly. Remember, millions of people worldwide have been in your shoes, and they've gotten out of it. A money challenge doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you've messed up your life. It's just a task that you can solve, just like you've solved so many other things. Allow yourself patience and self-love on this journey. The less you beat yourself up, the more energy you'll have for real change to happen. Rethinking your beliefs about money can also be super important for success. A lot of people got messages about money when they were kids that are now holding them back. Phrases like, "We don't have money for that," or "Money is the root of all evil," can get stuck deep in our minds and turn into beliefs that limit us. We need to actively change these into helpful beliefs that will push us toward our goals. Often it's not the amount of money, but our thoughts about it that hold us back. Since childhood, we've heard phrases like, "We can't afford that," or "Money only brings problems." These deeply rooted beliefs, called money scripts, quietly guide our choices even when they no longer serve our goals. Many of our financial decisions make perfect sense from the point of view of these old beliefs, but they stop us from moving forward. The good news is, these aren't set in stone. With conscious effort, you can change them. When you start thinking differently, for example, instead of "I can't afford it," you ask, "How can I make this happen?" New opportunities open up for you. This simple shift in thinking can give you the key to doors you might have kept locked yourself. The real challenge isn't starting, it's sticking with it all the way. When progress seems slow, it's easy to lose your excitement. That's why it's super important to have clear goals you can see, and don't forget to celebrate the small wins too. Every payment you make, every month you end without debt, is another step towards freedom. Keeping a money journal can really help with this. It doesn't just help you organize your spending and earnings, but it also writes your own success story, which you can look back at any time you feel unsure. Lots of studies show that people who regularly track their progress are much more likely to reach their goals. And when you write down your plans, your struggles, your breakthroughs, these lines will later remind you that you are indeed capable. A simple chart, a graph, or even a progress tracker drawn on a wall can give you such strong motivation that it will get you through the toughest days. When it comes to family finances, it's really important not to burden our kids with our debts, not in a real way and not emotionally either. Living without debt doesn't just give us freedom, it also sets a better example for our children. If we can become financially free, then our children can also have a healthier relationship with money, and they won't inherit the stress caused by our debts. Debt doesn't just affect us, it also affects our children's future. If there's constant money stress in the family, it leaves a mark on kids. They pick up on the worry and fear without even realizing it. And often later on, they repeat the same bad money habits they saw as kids. But there's really good news. You're the one who can break this cycle. Every single payment you make to pay off debt early, every loan you pay off, not only brings you closer to your own freedom, but you also teach your children a new way to think about money. When you can finally say, "I'm debt-free," you're actually leaving them a legacy that's worth way more than any money. Security, being smart with money, peace of mind, and the feeling of freedom. This gift will stay with your family for generations, and you will be the one who started it. Getting financial freedom isn't just about paying off loans, but also about creating a new way of life. This includes spending smartly, planning for the long term, and making choices based on what's important to you. Financial freedom doesn't necessarily mean you'll never take out a loan again, but it means you only do it if it truly adds value to your life, and you can handle what comes with it. Financial well-being isn't just about money and bank accounts, it's about how you live your life. When you handle your money wisely, you're actually buying freedom for yourself. You gain inner peace, clear thinking, and mental energy that you can finally use for what really matters: your family, your growth, and making your dreams come true. People who make their money decisions based on their own values, not what others expect, feel much more content, happy, and focused in their lives. Because when you get to a point where you're not working for money anymore, but your money is working for you, that's when true freedom arrives. From then on, you're in control of every part of your life, and every decision you make will be another step toward becoming the person you want to be. Getting a debt consolidation loan can be a starting point to help you get out of financial chaos if you have many different loans. It helps you see things clearly. It gives you a chance to lower your monthly payments and make your finances more organized. But don't see it as the final answer, it's just one step. To really make progress, it's important not to take on more debt. Instead, you should also start changing your money habits on purpose. Its biggest power isn't just in the numbers, but in the mental freedom it can bring. When you only have to focus on one payment each month instead of many different ones, it's like taking off a heavy backpack. Suddenly your mind is free, and you can focus again on what's truly important. Studies all over the world show that people who simplify how they handle their debt feel less stress, make better choices, and their quality of life gets better. This doesn't happen like magic, but through a series of thoughtful steps. Debt consolidation gives you a chance to finally breathe, rethink your goals, and start moving towards a financial future where your debts don't control your life, but you write your own rules. The key to success is in the end in sticking with it and being consistent. As a Japanese saying goes, money grows on the tree of persistence. There are no quick fixes or magic cures, but there is a proven path that anyone can follow to achieve a debt-free life. This path needs commitment, sacrifice, and patience, but in the end, the feeling of freedom awaits, which is better than all the hard times we had to go through on the way. Your debts and loans aren't who you are, they're just temporary stops on your journey. And now you have a map to get out. The most important thing you can take from this video is that you are not alone and you are not helpless. Every little step counts. Every decision you make brings you closer to a life where fear doesn't rule your days, but awareness, security, and freedom do. If this video inspired you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together. Share this content with someone who might need it right now, because real change starts with a thought. Think rich, act mindfully, and live free.